Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Wednesday, August 4th, 2021. We're again in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades. I prefer to make them at the end of the day because during the day you have the algorithms and the day traders. They are the ones that are in control of the price. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they're dealing with the most money, best information, best technology, and they take the the control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider them the smartest money on the street, and therefore the closing price is the most valid prices to make my buying and selling decisions from. So thank you all for coming today. It's always nice to see everyone. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for taking the time, investing the time to come here to our little podcast. And I hope by doing so that it is helping you with your trading and your investing. So currently the Dow is down 285 points, down 0.81%. The NASDAQ is up, however, 30.62%, up 0.26%. And the S&P is down 14 points, off about 1/3%. So here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them going forward. I did have some day trades today. I will share those with you as well. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' positions. We're going to take a look where they entered, why they entered, and how they are doing. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. I like to do that every day. It is the most important skill you'll ever learn in trading and in life, by the way, right? But this is a trading show, so we'll concentrate on it in that vein. But being able to control your emotions, follow your trading plan, not getting destabilized by what the market is doing, what your gains or your losses are. Gains and losses both have effects on you. So if you're finding yourself not being able to follow your process, you have some work to do on that. So that's why I like to talk about trader psychology. After that, I have gone down through the results of the watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I do have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, I want to have a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Second, I need a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2-to-1 based upon support, strong support below me, and a strong and likely resistance above me. And the risk to reward math has to be 2-to-1. Number 3, I need to have a complete trading plan, regardless of what type of strategy I'm using. For me, my complete trading plan has to do with adjusting my position size based upon the current volatility of the market, knowing what my maximum allowed loss is, knowing where my emergency stop is, knowing where my end of day stop is, knowing where my intraday profit targets are, knowing where significant overhead resistance levels are, and also having a complete and valid trailing stop methodology in place. So using those 3 criteria, I have identified some end of day candidates today. As we get closer to the close, I will go through each one. We'll look at the risk to reward ratio. We'll look at the multiple time frames. We'll look for the confluence of the signals. And if I find something that looks good, I will go ahead and buy it right before the market closes. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. If you need any clarification, please let me know. And if there are any stock symbols that you would like me to look at prior to the close, put them in the live stream, and I put an emoji by it, and I will do my very best to get to it before the close of the day. And lastly, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today, if you could please wait till after the close, so I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, and then we'll spend as much time as we need to get everything taken care of, okay? So, all right, I have to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Hang tight. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. First on deck, Paxton is here. Good to see you, Packy. Hello, Greg and the gang. Hope everyone's day is well. Hope your day is also well. Anya is here. Good to see Anya. I got your email. Just waiting to see what my schedule is, but I want to be able to help you with that. So just stand by, wait for me. So and we'll get that taken care of. And we'll jump on that call together, okay? Kat is here. Nice to see you, Kat. Kat says, hello all. Hope you're having a good day. Good to see you again. Steve Burns is here. Hello, traders. Nice to see you, Steve. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. I always appreciate it, and I know everyone else does as well, and hope you're having a good day. Dan is here giving me the peace sign. I am peace signing, literally peace signing right back at you, Dan. Hope you're having a good day. Johan is here. Nice to see you, Captain Johan. Wherever you are, I don't know if you're out working, flying around, or maybe you're just in Hong Kong, but it's always great to see you. Michael Wilkinson is here. Hey, Leva, nice to see you, my friend. David is here. Hi, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Mr. David. Jonathan is here. Evening, Greg and group. Just back from a few days in Westport. Jonathan is from Ireland. Jonathan, it's great to have you here as always. Hope you are doing well. Hope the family's doing well. Michael Martin is here. Good to see you, Michael. Hope you're out there driving safe today. Michael says, greetings, traders. Kamal says, hello, traders. Good to see you, Kamal. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Miko, good afternoon, Greg and everyone. Nice to see you, Miko. Frank is here. Hello, Greg and group. Frank's another one. I want to thank again for everything that he does for this channel. Love those poems, Frank, and all your contributions. Steve says, wow, the Hood IPO chart. So that is what? That's... Robinhood, yeah? Let's see, do I have it? Whoa, look at that, everybody. Up a mere 49% today. Wow. Unreal. Unreal. Well, good for those guys. Frank says, Hood feels like playing a video game. I would imagine. A huge silver reversal today from the highs on SLV. Yeah, I saw that. That was going up really nice earlier, but yeah, it opened right at the 200. Surprise, surprise. It got resistance at the 200 and whoop, right back down into support, and it's kind of hanging out. Ava is here. Nice to see you, Ava. Looking forward to our lesson tomorrow. Ani says, thank you, Greg. You bet. You bet we'll get that taken care of. Steve says, ARC finally has the 520 EMA crossover. Yes, it does. And that is definitely on my list today, Steve, to take a look. All right, let's go through, take a look at current positions here. All right, so Gary, myself, Steve Burns, and the dynamic duo of Tracy and Paxton, we are in Airbnb with a 520 crossover. Kamal and Jonathan took a different signal. They took it all the way back down here when it was juicy, under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third at 131.90. It's 140.24. So their position, Kamal and Jonathan's position, is up over 10%, 10.61%. Now, the dynamic duo, Steve, Gary, and myself did take the same position, but a different strategy. We took it at 144.12. It's currently 147.26. No profit targets today for me yet, but very, very close. And the 520 people were up about 230. So everyone's up on the day. Everyone's up on the trade. So way to go, Airbnb. Fastly. All right, Steve, myself, Frank, we did take Fastly with the 520 crossover, bought here at 109.05. It's 109.21, so it is up. It's down on the day, but up on the trade. Good example here of why I like to take partial profits when it moves a certain way, because up here I did take some profits. Just when I see these type of trades where it's gone up, come back, gone up, come back, gone up, come back. I like to point that out because that's one of the advantages of taking intraday profit targets. If you go up and then come back, you're locking in some profits up there. But nonetheless, down on the day, but up on the trade. All right, here we go. Dynamic Duo and myself did take PagerDuty. Like this trade, bullish engulfing bar. V1 closed back over the 200-day moving average. 520 crossover. Bought this at 41.96. It's 42.40. Is up 1.83% today, and that's about how much we're up on the trade. Did hit one profit target up here at 42.48, so this one is looking good. S&P overnight SPY trade. I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk. I sell it first thing the next morning. This was a losing trade. I bought this at the close yesterday, 441.15. It is currently 439. Sold it at 439.82. So this was a losing trade overnight from 441.15 down to 439.82. I'll be buying this again at the close. And then WBA. Gary, Dynamic Duo, and I did buy WBA with the V1 close back above the 200-day moving average. Like this trade, and but didn't work out. 47.47 is where I bought it. My end-of-day stop is the 200-day moving average. We are certainly below that. If it closes below 200, which it seems like, barring some kind of miracle, I will have to go out and take the loss on this today because it closed below what my end of day stop was. Down 2.06% on the day and about the same. All right, I do have some day trades today, nothing too exciting. I did buy Anheuser-Busch, which is Budweiser. I bought it here with the rejection of the third ATR channel and the V1. Bought it at 61.55. Sold half, 61.60. Sold another half of a half up at 61.62. It did move 1.5 ATRs from my entry point. So therefore, when I got back to my entry point, that last quarter, I got out at break even. So the profitable parts were 61.55 to 61.60 and 61.55 to 61.62, and the other was getting in at 61.55 and getting out at 61.65. Okay, so that's that one. Now let's head over to Apple. Had a nice little trade on Apple here. Close under the 200, close over the 200. Bought this at 146.61. I sold some at 146.78. Sold some at 146.97. That was it. I got out in two sections. So I got in at 146.61, out at 146.78, and out at 146.97. So that's all on Apple. All right. And then Tesla. I did have a trade on Tesla today. Quick one. Did not work out. So if they don't work out, I'm out quickly. And I did buy here when we had a nice return to value. I bought anticipated it above the 200-day moving average. I bought it at 713.90 and I got out at 712.87. So about $1 loss was all. But the main point is that I got out, and look what happened after this. So very glad that I got out and followed my rules on that. All right, so all in all, profitable day with the day trades. Let's take a look over here at your positions. Kamal and the Dynamic Duo did buy Love Southwest Airlines with the V1 and rejection of the 250-day moving average yesterday at 50.35. It's 48.90. It's down 3.46% today, and it did lose the 250-day moving average. So down on the day, down on the trade. Amazon. Steve bought Amazon down here at 33.28.29. It's 33.55.24. Bought it with the bounce near the 31 RSI. Is down on the day, but Steve is up on the trade, which is great. BRKB, Ava bought BRKB with this 520 crossover. V1 bullish engulfing bar, bought at 280.90. It's currently 279.41. Was a half position, so is down on the day, is slightly down on the trade for Ava. Shopify, Kamal did not disappoint with his Shopify. He waited for the return to value. He bought it here at $1,512.50. It's $1,552.82, up 2% today. So congratulations, Kamal, up on the day. And up on the trade, Johan bought INSG all the way back here at 847. It's currently 857, so it is up on the day, up on the trade. Looks like it might have earnings today. AGQ, we have Jonathan and the Dynamic Duo. Looks like we had two entries here, one at 40.91 and one at 41.64, both deep dip buys. Dynamic Duo sold half at 43.46 with a close below the previous day's low after moving 1.5 ATRs from entry. You can see silver gapped way up and then reversed way back down. So anyway, is down on the day, but both Jonathan and the Dynamic Duo are both up on the trade. David and Ava bought FedEx yesterday with a close under, close back over the 200-day moving average. They bought it at 280.70. It's currently 276.20. It is down on the day, down on the trade, and it has lost the 200-day moving average. Apps, Ava and Michael Martin did buy apps with a higher low V2, closed back above the 200-day moving average while MACD was positive. Bought it at 63.10. It's currently 63.19. So it's down on the day, but slightly up on the trade. And what else do we have here? We have NVIDIA. Michael Martin, nice trade on NVIDIA with the higher low V2, bought it at 195. It's currently 201.90. It's up 1.9% today, which is really great. And it is up 3.52% on the trade. So way to go, Michael. KMI. All right, Kamal and Frank bought KMI with the higher low V1 yesterday back into the value zone. They bought it at 17.47. It's currently 17.13 and is down 2% today. So down 2% and down on the trade as well. Spotify, Michael Martin bought Spotify with under 30 over 30 at 226.35. It's currently 217.76, down today and also down on the trade. And then lastly, we have Ava bought Caterpillar yesterday, intraday, I believe, at 205.30. It's currently 204.84, but it is holding the 200-day moving average there. So down on the day, down on the trade. So tough day. I mean, all in all, it's a tough day. I mean, the Dow's down 289 points. NASDAQ's barely up, barely. But yeah, tough day all around here. Steve says, Jonathan, do you know any people's name Burns over there? They are likely my relatives, and that is where my family is from. Ah, so Steve is from Ireland as well. Interesting. Lilia is here. Nice to see you, Lilia. Hope you're doing well. Hope the dogs are doing well. The bunny rabbit's doing well. David says ARC also currently closing above 30 RSI and 200. Yes, that's one of my favorite ones. Steve says Coin has a new 520 crossover. There you go. That does look pretty good, actually. You know, tied to Bitcoin for sure, but that is a really nice. Matter of fact, I'm going to put that on the list. All right, put that on the list with the 520. Thanks for that, Steve. Thanks for pointing that out. Lyft falls off the cliff today after earnings. Boy, I'd say. Down 10%. Steve says UUP, the dollar index rallied inverse to the silver sell-off yesterday. Yep, that happens very often. Jonathan says, yeah, one of my best friends is P. Burns from Dromore. It's a small island. It's cold and rains a lot. I don't like that. Johan says, I'm out of INSG and AGQ this morning. Thanks. Yeah, I figured you were out of INSG, but I didn't hear. So we'll take you out, bud. And then AGQ. All right. All right. So that's all taken care of. Good. Steve says, Jonathan D, I bet P. Burns is my distant cousin. Waterbender is here. Hello, Waterbender. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Where are you from, by the way, Waterbender? I think I know where a lot of people are from, or most, not most, but a bunch. Let's see. Okay, Frank has a poem for us. I am excited to read it. Here we go. Everyone wants to make a bundle. Wealth as if left by a rich uncle. Wealth as if left by a rich uncle. Stocks can shoot high or fall and crumble as some shout for more as the volume rumbles. For the market knows well the greedy stumble. Greedy stumble. That was like a good indie band back in the 90s, wasn't it, Frank? The greedy stumble? No, I'm kidding. Let's read it again. Everyone wants to make a bundle. Wealth as if left by a rich uncle. Stocks can shoot high or fall and crumble as some shout for more as the volume rumbles. For the market knows well the greedy stumble. I love that. I love the greedy stumble because it's so true. Thank you, Frank, as always. Waterbender says Chicago. Okay, great. I will mark that down on my little map, Waterbender. No, I'm kidding. All right. Okay. All right. Let's check current positions here. Airbnb, get up there. You can hit the profit target. Come on now, buddy. Get on up there. I'm just glad it's green. Fast, not green. PagerDuty, which was a really good signal so far, and proud of Tracy and Paxton for finding that, passing that on to me, because that's been a nice profitable trade. And WBA, not so hot tamale. Not so hot tamale. Definitely going to have to be getting out of that one today at the end of the day. I'm going to have to start coming up with sound effects as we look at different charts. All right, everybody. So listen, before we turn our attention to the charts, before we start looking for our best end of day trade, keeping in mind the 3 requirements that I personally need, which is a confluence combination of indicators on multiple time frames. Number 2, good risk to reward ratio based upon strong support and strong and likely resistance above has to be 2 to 1. And then the third, as always, make sure you have a complete trading plan for any trade that you have. But you know, I have some of my favorite posters on Facebook and on Twitter. This is from Akil Stokes. Haven't posted from Akil lately, but do yourself a favor. He is a trading coach. He has a great channel over on Twitter. You can find him at Akil Stokes RTM. Or just Akil Stokes over here. Here he is with his family. And he's a professional trader, professional coach, and I really like this post today, and so I want to talk about it a little bit. Let's see what Akil has to say here. Pros understand that trading is about probabilities and risk management, not about what we personally think. Michael Jordan didn't pout every time he missed a shot. He just kept on taking them because he knew that in that the big picture, he would always come out on top. And this is a quote from Peter L. Brandt. Peter L. Brandt was in the most recent Market Wizards books, but it's so true. You know, it's a probabilities. Any one trade, 50-50, it can do anything. But in trading, you have to have an edge. That's why I always talk about you have to have an edge in your trading approach. If you have an edge mathematically, in the long run, it will work out. Doesn't mean it has to be that trade. Doesn't mean it has to be in the next 5 trades. But if you have an edge and you repeat that edge and you follow your process, that's how you make money in trading. So, you know, he's talking about Michael Jordan missing a shot. Well, what he means in the trading is just because you take a trade and it doesn't work out for you, you don't pout, you just take the trade again, just like Michael Jordan. If he misses a shot, and he's missed them, right? He knows in the long run he makes more than he misses, and that's why he keeps on taking them. Another thing I want to talk about here is that the traders think in probabilities and risk management. We don't know anything for sure, but the worst thing you can do, everyone, is have personal feelings about what you think the market's going to do. I know people, I've talked to a lot of people, including myself. That's when I always get in trouble. If I said, no, it's too low, it can't go any lower. Oh, no, it's too high, it can't go any higher. Yeah, it can, and it does. It doesn't have to make sense. So that's why we're price action traders. That's why we follow what the price is, and we don't, you know, ideally we don't get in there with our personal opinions. You can have them. You can have them. Everyone has the right to their own opinion, but acting on them is a whole different thing. Another point down here, only arrogant traders are offended when the market goes against their positions and biases. Well, I guess I must been an arrogant trader a lot of my life because I always was offended. I'm not now. You know, I'd rather have it go my way, but as you mature as a trader, you just realize that just having one down day or your positions going against you, oh, I had this set up and I had all these criteria and confluences, man, it has to go up. Nah, it does not have to go up, right? I don't get offended now. I really don't care. You know, I mean, I'd rather have a winning trade, obviously, but it doesn't stick with me. I just try to let it run off my back like water running off a duck and just get on with the next trade. But anyway, this is, again, from Akil Stokes, at Akil Stokes, RTM over on Twitter. Do yourself a favor, go over, subscribe. He has really good content. This was helpful for me, Akil, and I hope it was helpful for everyone else in the podcast today. So thanks a lot. Okay. Ava wants to look at OKTA. Okay, that's on my list, Ava, so we're going to get to that. Okay, Glenn says, I find CanSlim searching on FinViz finds the best strong charts. Yeah, so the CanSlim is from Investors Business Daily, William O'Neill. That's his methodology of trading stocks, and it's a good one too. I mean, it's an acronym, CanSlim. So I think the book's name is How to Make Money in Stocks by William O'Neill. But he's searching for the criteria of CanSlim on FinViz. And finds the best strong stocks. Frank says, thank you, Greg, Paxton, Jonathan, Johan. Kamal says, Waterbender, training area, Lake Mission. Kamal says, Akil Stokes had a decent concept, return over maximum drawdown. Oh, interesting. We'll have to talk about that, Kamal. Atex says, you missed 100% of the shots you don't take. That's exactly right, Atex. That is 100% right. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. You have to take the shots. Waterbender says, I am normally just keeping my head barely above water in trading. Well, you're doing better than the majority of people. And as you get better and better, you will do better than keeping your head above water. And hopefully by hanging out here, Waterbender, that will help you. And if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. All right. Steve says, sports break. Oh, thank goodness. All right. The same quarterback holds the record for the biggest NFL and college football comeback to win. Frank Reich. Really? Both in college and in pros. Interesting. Steve says, backup quarterback Frank Reich led the largest comeback win ever as the Buffalo Bills defeated the Houston Oilers in the 1992 AFC wildcard. Oh, I'd be interested to know how much the comeback was. Glenn says, okay, let's take a look at these here. Yeti. good. Looks like it has earnings. A little high for me, though. T-Row. Looks strong. Broke out from this range over here. Very nice. How are we doing on time? 1:31. All right, CROX up at the third ATR channel, but strong today. Very nice. BX, a little too high for me again as well, but these are doing nice. CRPT, I can't, CPRT. Oh, CPRT. Yeah, I can't pull that one up. IDXX. Up nicely today. David said VST bounced off the 200 and has a V1. All right. VST. All right, so our charts must be just a little bit, different, David, because I don't see this bouncing off the 200 on mine, but I'm sure it did on yours and a V1, and it's in the value zone. Earnings are coming up. ATEX says, I remember that 35-3 comeback. Wow, that's unbelievable. Steve says, Frank Wright led the Maryland Terrapins past 6th strength Miami, 42-40 in the greatest comeback in college football history. I think I might have to watch that on YouTube. I like watching those old ones. Okay, so what are we at? 132. Let's start taking a look, shall we? See what's happening today. Steve said, I watched the NFL game in real time, but turned it off and went out. I said it was over. Unless it was the greatest comeback of all time. My wife called and told me later she kept watching it. It was the greatest comeback of all time. Huh? Wow. You called it, Steve. You called it. All right. Speaking of Bitcoin, yesterday we talked a little bit about Bitcoin, and I think it was Frank that asked me, and I said, well, if it were me, it has to go lower back into the value zone, or at the very least it has to close back above the 200-day moving average. This is above the 200-day moving average. It's a little high for me. It's at the second ATR channel. 88% of prices fail there. But it's still up to the third ATR channel. It's a decent risk to reward. Bitcoin up nicely, up 4.11%. All right, here we go. ARK. ARK has a close under, close back over the 200-day moving average. It has a 520 crossover. It has a V2. Pink line over here is the high of the fractal. The fractal is a high with two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. I mean, I think it's good as is. We went under 50, over 50. It looks like MACD is is almost turning over positive. Let me take a look back at the indexes and see where we're at. Okay, so it's up nicely. It's up strongly. Let's look at the weekly. Oh yeah, we looked at this yesterday. So the weekly's in the value zone. It is consolidating. It's moving sideways. It's forming this bit of a flag or pennant here. Inside bar, inside bar. This one's going to break one way or the other. I know that. I just don't know which direction, and I don't know when. But this makes a lot of sense on ARKK here today. My stop will be a close below the 200-day moving average. So that is one of my favorites today. TER, Teradyne, has, I guess the 520 crossover was a couple days ago. Oh, I see. Oh, no. Yeah, it was, but this is a higher low V2. Here's day 1, 2, 3, 2 washes out 1, 3 is above day 1's close. It also is closing above the 50-day moving average. Let's take a look over at the weekly. Weekly smack dab in the value zone, so that all looks pretty good. So that one does look good. SoFi also looked good. It's a nice higher low V2 while MACD is positive. We were below the value zone. We came into the value zone. We back tested the -1 ATR channel, which I really like when that is part of the setup. And then we triggered a V2. So the risk to reward to me doesn't make sense. All the way from here, all the way down here. You know, even if you use the 100 as your target up here, I mean, you're not 2 to 1. You're not 2 to 1, and it's a little high in the channel there. We got stopped right at the previous resistance and also right at the 1 ATR channel. So I am going to let that one go on the day. Alibaba has a higher low V2 back in the value zone. We were below the value zone. We rallied into the value zone. We have a V2. Here is day 1, day 2, day 3. 2 washes out 1. 3 is above day 1's close. So that is a valid signal. It's up 2.02% today. The weekly is above the 200-day moving average as well. I'd rather have it above than below. So that one, pretty good. OKTA, we have a close under and a close back over the 200-day moving average. Did we have a 520 crossover? Let's see. Yesterday we were 246.08. Oh, yeah, they were exactly the same. That one's pretty good as well. Definitely pretty good as well. Let's look at the weekly. Like this, Ava, I'm sure you saw we had a big up bar. We should find some support at the halfway, which we did. And then switching over to the daily. Yeah, makes sense. It makes sense. Coin, Steve talked about coin with the 520 crossover. That looks good. He uses the 520 crossover on IPOs. I think the weekly is not going to show much. Oh, it's been around longer than I thought. And it's a false breakout to the downside and V2. So there's a big confluence of signals here. I actually quite like that. So I'm going to have to narrow these down here. But yeah, that makes sense. Higher low, V2, we're above the 50 RSI. We have a 520 crossover. Yep, that all makes definitely a bit of sense there. All right, give me 1 sec, please. All right. All right. NKLA, Nikola Corporation, has an under 30, over 30, but that's about all it has. The ones over here that we've looked at have confluences of signals. I like those much better. LMT, pretty good risk to reward ratio off of the 200-day moving average. If we look over at the weekly, we have a lot of resistance above with the 100 and the 50, so that's why I put that in that pile. PayPal got stuck right there at the 1 ATR, negative third ATR channel, so I don't like that. NIO, interesting. We closed above the 200-day moving average. We back tested it again today, and it is green today. So this is somewhat interesting for sure. On the weekly, we're a little high in the channel. Looks like we have earnings coming up on the 11th, so there is time. I like that it's up today. Relative strength is good. I think I'm going to let NIO go though. IBKR has a higher low V1 back into the value zone while MACD was positive. Only thing here though on IBKR is that from here to here or from here to here is the distance of 1 ATR. Looks like the day 1 was a little larger than 1 ATR. I don't think I would get too concerned about that. But yeah, it's a nice higher low V1 back up into the value zone while MACD was positive. So that one's fairly decent. And then we have Boeing had a V1 yesterday. It has held halfway the washout bar. I really don't see anything here. So yeah, I'm gonna stick over on this move right here and try to narrow down ARC potential. What do we have? 20 minutes. All right. All right. let me move my table here. Give me about 30 seconds and I'll be back. Okie doke. So let's get into narrow down mode. ARC looks good. MACD is not positive, but it's looking, it's getting close to that. I like the wind up here of ARC. Under 50, over 50, 520 crossover, V2. Not quite a fractal, but I think if we get that, that will take off. I do quite like ARC. TER, we rejected this high over here. We rejected the -1 ATR channel. So I think I'll definitely take that one off and narrow down. Alibaba. The only thing is on these higher low V1s and V2s in the value zone, the higher they come into the value zone, the better. This one just poked its head in. I mean, it's valid. It is valid. Earnings are behind us. Let's look over on the weekly. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, it's above the 200-day moving average. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to wait until Friday and see if I can take this on a weekly instead. So I'll take Alibaba off. OKTA is, it's good. Close under, close back over. Looks like the 520 has crossed there. On the weekly, it's holding. Boy, you know, it's really good. I'm not going to buy both of them. Probably get rid of OKTA. And then I like coin. I like coin there. I like coin to take advantage of the Bitcoin. It's a bit of a play there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take 1/2 position in ARC, and I'm going to take 1/2 position in coin. So that is going to be my move today. ARKK and coin, 1/2 and 1/2. Oh, we had Apple over here. All right, so ARKK and coin. All right. That is what I'm looking at, ARKK and coin. Kamal wants to look at YINN. It's a higher low though. I mean, it's a higher low V2, but the V2 happened on a big old gap here, Kamal, which I don't like. And it looks like we still have the third ATR channel above. So yeah, I'm not really feeling that one. Frank says, fun fact, the first 3D pedestrian bridge has been unveiled in Amsterdam. It's 40 feet long and completely designed by computer and 3D copier from Laboratory Equipment Magazine. Very nice, very interesting. Kamal wants to look at KWEN. EB. It's not a V2. I mean, yeah, it's not a V2, so that's not something I would be interested in. Frank says, sorry, no yen for Ying. Frank says there is an ETF called Yang. Steve is long coin at 241.12 on the 520 crossover. Okay, we'll get that up there. Steve is also long ARC 122.71. Hey, Steve, I'm glad we both narrowed everything down to the same one. I think that's a good sign. 122.71. Kamal says, Frank, I might just wait a bit before I put yen in Ying. Paxton wants to look at JD. It's okay. It's a higher low V2, although, you know, one thing I want to check here, Paxton, did we already reject the 50? We did. So at the high of the day, we were above 50 and we came back off it. So that's a little concerning to me. Me personally, I wouldn't take that trade just based upon that. Okay. All right, I do have to get rid of WBA today. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Get some of this stuff out of the way that I have to do. So I am selling WBA, taking the loss on WBA. Oops, that's not. Cancel that. Okay, out of WBA. And again, I'm buying a half of ARC and I'm buying half of coin. All right, we have about 10 minutes. It's a V2. I wouldn't buy that. It's outside of the value zone. ARC also $1 above the VWAP. David says Facebook pretty strong today. Yeah, I was looking at that earlier. Yep, came into the value zone. It's a V2. Unfortunately for me, with my rules, I can't take this because there is no sideways motion, but it is nice and strong today. Paxton says PCAR maybe tomorrow, PCAR. Yep, still under there, isn't it? All right. So it looks like NASDAQ getting a little stronger here at the end of the day. ARK and Coin both doing well. I'm just waiting till the end there. But again, ARK with a nice, strong, clean close above the 200, 520 crossover and very close to a fractal. And then Coin with a nice 520 crossover, false breakout to the downside, V2. And that looks pretty sweet. That's rude. Yeah, looks like people are rushing in to buy Coin there. So let me see. That's gonna be all right, and that's gonna be okay. That makes sense. That all makes sense there. So Steve bought Coin and bought ARK. ARK making a new high on the day. So that's all good. About 6 minutes to go. We have 5 minutes to go. All right, so I guess I better get ready to buy my stuff here. All right, So David is out of FedEx into ARC. Frank's into ARC. I too will be into ARC here shortly. All right. All right, I guess I better get to work here now. I'm going to go ahead and buy a half a coin. And a half ARKK. And I'm done. Except for the overnight SPY trade. Dan says, funny question, the Gossets didn't move the price of the coin, right? Probably not. In the aggregate, I think we did. We helped. We were part of it. We helped. All right, a couple minutes to go here. All right, we have 1 minute to go, everyone. We're getting closer and closer and closer. VIX almost went positive on the day. That's interesting. All right. All right. Well, let's see what the transactions were today. Okay. First off, overnight SPY trade bought at 438.98. 1/2 of ARKK at 123.32. 1/2 coin at 245.09. Oh, that's all right. Okay. So let's start with SPY. Overnight SPY trade. bought at 438.98. Okay, easy peasy. ARC 123.32. And just as a reminder, and this is Greg with the 1/2. And then over on coin, this is also myself. I'm Greg, right? Yes, I'm Greg. Okay. And entry price was 245.09. Oh, that's not such a good one. 245.09. All right, that takes care of it. I did get rid of WBA with the close under the 200-day moving average. So if any of my students have any new entries for me, if you could please go ahead, put them in the live stream right now, and we'll get it all taken care of. But before we do, just wanted to go over a couple pieces of business. Just to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a really good course, 15-hour course, 5 sessions, each session, total of 3 hours. I love to teach. I believe I do a really good job at it. It's very important that my students understand what I teach. So I burn a lot of calories. I put everything I have into it. It's very important to me that my students succeed as traders after my course. So in the course, I teach all 5 of the different trading approaches that I use. I teach step by step, every way along the way until you know those strategies. We do a lot of tests. We do a lot of simulation trades. I think it's the best way to learn is one-on-one and to practice. And that's what we do in the courses. I've been teaching a lot lately. I've got a lot of good feedback from my students. So, if you are interested in doing this course with me and, changing the way you take a look at trading, send me an email. Email's in the description of this video. I will reply and say, hey, how's it going? Let's set up a Skype call so I can learn more about you and your trading. I want to learn about your challenges, your goals, what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. And it's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course as well. And then after the call, think about it as long as you want. But, one day if you decide, I am going to start, I do want to be a better trader, I'm going to start those courses with Greg, just email me back and we will get it going. We will get it going. Number 2, I do have a really good online video course available on udemy.com. It's called the Deep Dip Buy Stock Trading Strategy. It's a great course. There's a lot to that course. It's 9.5 hours, 26 videos, 15 study guides. I think the best news about this is that it's very inexpensive on Udemy. It's only somewhere between $12 and $15. And again, I've got such good feedback, reviews on that course. And, I think it's better if you take the one-on-one, obviously, because I'm there live and I can answer questions. But the Udemy course, if you're not in the financial position to do that, the Udemy course is very inexpensive and affordable, and it will teach you a lot as well. And then lastly, as always, listen, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel, keep the channel around, lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content here. And I think there is valuable content, right? Learning about position sizing, learning about good risk to rewards and good support levels. I think that's helpful. So, there's a lot of people out there that could really use some help, trust me. And I think if we could get them to this channel, it would make a big positive difference for them. So you can help them. You can help them by helping me by hitting the thumbs up button before you check on out of here. All right, so business is done. Let's take a look. Let me start up here with Steve-O. Okay, so Steve, I'll just put Steve's price here so we don't have all sorts of crazy lines. Steve is long at 241. Greg, come on. 241. 241. Nice trade, Steve. 241.12. Very nice. And then ARC 122.71. So also profitable already on that one. Way to go, Steven. Steve at 122.71. Okay. All right. David is out of FedEx. And in ARC. Yeah, there was some buying there at the end, wasn't there? There's David. Frank is also in ARC. Oh. Steve, I'm so glad we both ended up with the exact two setups today. I think that's a good sign. Let's see, who is that? That's David. I mean, no, excuse me. That's Frank. Paxton is also in ARC. The dynamic duo in OKTA. Okay. Yep, I think that was a good one as well. There's the dynamic duo in coin. Dynamic duos as well. WBA. Paxton is out of WBA, as was I. Where did the Dow end up? 323. Yeah, that's still pretty significant. Out of love and AGQ. Out of love, out of love. It happens. It happens. All right, so you locked in your profits on AGQ. Very nice, Packy. Kamal is out of KMI. Kamal is also out of love. A lot of love lost today, everyone. Yeah. At least it was off its lows. Kamal says no new additions. Okay. Frank says, I can't get Charlie Munger out of my head knowing how much he hates crypto. Gary is out of WBA. All right. That takes care of all of us in Walgreens. That was rude, Walgreens, I would say. Just a little rude. Wouldn't you agree? In ARC. Oh, look at this. Maybe we did move it. All right, there's Gare. Johan says, thanks, Greg and everyone for the session. You are welcome. Hope you're doing well. Fly safe. Johan. Miko says, thanks, Greg and all. You are certainly welcome, Miko. Jonathan is in a half coin. Oh, that's a halfie, right? That's a half coin and half Baba. All right. We had a little Baba action. Higher low V2, got earnings out of the way, all makes sense. And that's Jonathan. And that's a 1/2E as well. Anya T, thank you, Greg and all. You're welcome. And I will email you so we can get that taken care of. I know how to do that on Trade Navigator very, very easily. So I will definitely help you with that. Okay. Ava is out of FedEx. Okay. And Ava, looking forward to our call on Thursday, which is tomorrow, right? Yep. And that is Ava. All right. Let's clean this up. It's a bit of a hot mess, everyone, if I say so myself. It's a little hot messy. All right. So Airbnb, no profit targets, but up nicely today. Fast, down, but holding. PagerDuty, nice, one profit target. SPY, in the new SPY trade today. In a half arc. With the nice, oh, it did trigger the fractal as well. This looks good. This looks good. Doesn't mean necessarily has to go up tomorrow, but long term, this looks good. We broke over that range, all the other stuff we talked about. And coin had a nice, solid 520 crossover right in the value zone. So that's all good stuff. Frank says, Charlie Munger greater than Musk when it comes to yen. Listen, if you have any other questions, something I can help you with, go ahead, put it in. Let's read this saying. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. I say it every day. I hope it doesn't get repetitive. I mean, I know it is, but you know, it's a good thing. Let's try to go out and express this in our lives every day. Let's just try to do one random act of kindness for someone today. It'd be even better if we could do one random act of kindness for an animal that you might come across during the day. They're both going to appreciate it. It's going to make you feel good. Maybe one day when you need it, someone will. But, you know, it's free. Just a small thing. Just even a smile. Hey, how's it going? Or something nice. You know, it might just make their day. You never know what somebody's day's like and what they're going through. And, you know, you with that one random act of kindness might just be the straw that breaks the proverbial camel's back and, you know, lets them have a decent day for the rest of the day. So it's just a good thing. Let's just go out and do it. Paxton says, thanks, Greg, and all have a nice day. You too as well, Paxton. Kamal says, thank you, Greg. Have a great day, traders. You as well, Kamal. Atex says, Jonathan says, cheers. Nice to see you, Jonathan. Atex says, Greg, do the tickers you list in the Udemy course as backtest well for the 200 and 250-day dip buy also apply to the intraday 5-minute time frame? Any other tickers off the top of your head? I think all of them are on there. I may have an updated version. You could send me an email, ATEX, and I'll send you what I have. I know it's the updated version. Those aren't back tested on intradays, but you know, I still use them. Let me make sure I read that. Do the tickers you list in the Udemy course as backtesting well for the 250 also apply to the intraday 5-minute? They're not back tested for the 5-minute, but I still do use them. I mean, to me, if they work on the daily or the weekly, that's good enough for me to use them intraday. But they're not specifically back tested on that. Any other tickers off the top of your head? Like I said, if you email me, I'll send you the document that I have, the most recent one. Gary says, thanks, Greg, and all. Have a great day. You as well, Gary. Frank says, Charlie Munger is an amazing man. Kamal, I wish he was still doing social media. Okay. Let's see what's happening after hours, shall we? Airbnb is down. Amazon is even. ARK is down. Coin is down. I imagine SPY's down as well. No, I was wrong. It's up 18 cents. Interesting. What about VIX? Who knows VIX, right? It's up. All right. You're welcome, ATEX. Yeah, just send me an email and I'll email that Word doc to you, okay? So it is a beautiful day here in Utah. Absolutely lovely and beautiful. I'm going to go for a hike. I am teaching tonight. I have a new student of mine in Mississippi, so I look forward to that. Rich, if you're out there and listening, I am really looking forward, and we're going to get solidly involved in the deep dip buy stock trading strategy tonight. Okay, if anyone has any other questions or any other comments, this would be the time. If not, I guess I'll get my hiking boots on, get some water in me, put some sunscreen on, and go do my thing. Kat says, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Kat. Very nice of you. Hope you enjoy your day as well. I'm looking over here on everyone's name, and as far as an administrator, you can pin the message, report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user, or add as moderator. I haven't put anyone in timeout, but I'll do it. I will do it. Just test me. I'll put you in timeout. Why do I think that's so funny? Okay, I amuse myself. All right. A lot of earnings coming up the rest of the week as well. A lot of earnings. All right. Well, I think that's it. Appreciate you coming today, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Be good. Be safe. Drive safe. Be kind to your fellow humans. Be kind to your animals. Do some chart study. Do some deep breathing. Right? All this kind of stuff is good. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Oh, and if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, I would appreciate that too. I had to sneak that in there right at the end, right? So, all right. Take care, everyone. Hope to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.